Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my stream. And I am driving. I'm driving from here, Puerto Montt to Taica with Taica or Taica. I might have typed this wrong. Change my stream info here. We will be driving the Streamline R, and I have played with the map here. I've added you go to Wombat's YouTube site where he adds different things. He's played around with this, adding a South America map. That sort of maps, it's pretty close. There's that chunk missing on the top and chunk missing on the bottom, but the developer said that he was going to be fixing that later. But in the meantime, it shows that we are driving up the Andes, basically, and then carving off here and going not quite so much up the Andes, but the black line is the border between Peru and not Peru. So that's hit the road, Jack. Let's pick up our cargo. We've got a Christmas truck. And you'll hear that has a nice engine. Nice sounding engine. That lovely? And new t-shirts arrived today. One for ETS2 and one for ATS. So SES was sent a note out a little while ago that they were closing down their store. The stuff was on sale, like really on sale, so good. Give me 2 t-shirts. Okay. I'm picking up a cargo here. Interesting noise from this. That's the bricks that we're hearing underfoot. No, we're not leaving, but thank you for offering. I will take the cargo. I think I can configure it just into, 4 axles, 4 axles, 4 axles, and I can have a blue or a red or a blue. And I think the blue and the blue are pretty well the same, aren't they? The difference between these two. I'll take it. Yeah. There we are. Okay, our trip is going to be 12 hours, so we're going to get there 5 o'clock at night, supposedly, if we hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Okay, I assume this is going to be a self-steering. Let me crank the wheel and see what happens. Yep, look at them. Look at them spin there. Good. Okay, it's good to know. It's good to know when an axle is self-steering, and then you do be careful. Ah, Ed is back again. Yes, I remember you did. You had to redo your router. I have my new t-shirt. I ordered t-shirts a while ago from ETS when they said that they were shutting their store down. Whoa, that didn't really spin as much as I'd hoped to do. Ah, thank you. Glad you like that. I have a oops. I bought it at Halloween. I guess it's not quite a raven. I guess I need to show a better lighting on him. So he's sort of a raven. A Halloween purchase. He's up there on the balcony. Yeah, he's up there on the balcony. No. Always glad to have people chatting. That's why I have the screen up, and I like to have chatters. I know some people just like to lurk, and I don't mind that. And I know, and I don't call out lurkers. I know some people do, because you can sort of see lurkers in the. There's a list that Streamlabs chatbot does for me. Yeah, I thought I could go this way. There we go. And you can see people that aren't in the chat, but they didn't. People that aren't in the chat, but they're listed there. But I don't say anything until somebody says hello. Well, I let them lurk. So a quiet day today for a change. I got a note from my landlord that the annual inspection is next week. They just come in, check out the apartment. Given that I only moved in middle of October, not much change, but that will be an incentive for me to finish unpacking some more things. So it doesn't look like that I moved in the middle of October and stopped 2/3 of the way through my unpacking. So, oh, I see what we're doing here. There we go. $110. Jeez, my gracious. Oh, it's not 110. I just noticed that the speed is 110. Got all excited and set the cruise control for something. We're down to 80. Damn your eyes. Well, glad to have you here with me, Ed, and it's a not a bad day here in Ottawa. It was, I think, +5 today, drizzly. I was watching The Crown. And it's at the time of Margaret Thatcher and Lady Di and stuff. The Queen invites people up to Balmoral Castle to put them through what they call the test. And Margaret Thatcher, very much a businesswoman, shows up with her husband. It's very casual there, and I guess whatever, she doesn't pick up on that. They go down for drinks. There's drinks and then dinner later on, and they show up for drinks, and she's in a dress, and he's in a black tie and stuff like this. Because I guess dinner was black tie, so he figured, well, I guess drinks will be black tie. Well, they've just come in from a day of stalking through the woods, the whole royal party, stomping through the woods in boots and tweeds and rain hats, trying to find this wounded stag. So they're all just sitting around, lounging around, somebody sitting on the arm of the sofa and having some drinks and shooting the shit. And Margaret Thatcher and her husband show up at the door, all spiffied up. And the Queen, always diplomatic, says, oh, you've dressed all ready for dinner. How efficient. Oh, we'll have dinner early. And somebody says, but Mummy, it's only 6 dinner's it's only 6 o'clock. This is supposed to be tea. And tell the cook we will be eating in 45 minutes. Like, we'll just pretend that we're having an early dinner. And then the next day they go out hunting. She's invited to go stalking with them. She has got sensible shoes, a bright blue jacket and skirt, her hair all poofed up. Sorry, Margaret Thatcher. And the Queen is dressed like a countrywoman, tweeds and old boots and stuff. So she gives Margaret an old pair of shoes so they can go through the mud and stuff. But Margaret is walking with the Queen, and Queen is telling her about stalking and say, well, we have to sort of blend into the countryside. So the next time, perhaps bright blue and not be a good color. And then they walk a little bit, and she said, he can see you now. And they walk a little bit more, and the Queen sniffs and says, oh, and of course, no scent, because he can smell you now, because she's probably doused in perfume. And Margaret slips and gives this great screech, and the Queen says, he can probably hear you now, too. So Margaret goes back to get changed and never comes back. She just stays and works. Princess Anne comes in to find Margaret working in one of the studies, working on her papers, and tells her, you shouldn't sit in that chair. That's Queen Victoria's chair. Nobody ever sits in it. So, and it's a bank holiday. Oh, the country's in such a state. Princess Anne said, the country's always in a state. Really? One day's not going to kill it. It's quite cute. So anyway, spoiler alert. Di shows up. They're debating whether she'll be a good match for... He's been seeing Camilla, but Camilla has now gotten married, so he's seeing a married woman, and they're still in love with each other, but this is not going to work out. So then Di shows up. She shows up in casual clothes, and she's unpacking. And the maid said, anything I can get for you? No, I think I'm good. Like what? Shoes, perhaps? Did you bring any outdoor shoes? Apparently Thatcher had brought none. And Diane says, I only brought outdoor shoes. You're thinking, oh. So she goes out with Philip and the gameskeeper. They're walking. She's being quiet. She's dressed sensibly. It's raining a bit. She says, I don't mind being a little watered. I'm a country girl. So he's like, oh, there's the keeper here. They're walking. They're just sort of chatting quietly, and then she just stops them. She points ahead. You can see the stag just on the roof, on the line of the hill, at the top of the hill. She spotted it before the other two did. So that's impressive. Then they get down, they're going to do a shot, and there's a bit of wind. And he says, he asks her, which way do you think the wind is? She says, well, from the left. And he says, well, it says from the right. And she says, no, look at the clouds. It's kind of swirling. And she just says, it's from the left. So he carefully takes his shot. It's a long shot with open sights. and this stag is way up on the line of the ridge. Excellent shot. Takes it down. One shot. And it shows her like she's lying right next to him on the heather while he shoots, like almost leaning on him, and she says, "So, sir, was the wind from the left?" And I don't know if that was really Di, but the character, it really makes you really, she gets back. They're playing some kind of games that Thatcher, parlor games Thatcher had failed at. Thatcher had failed at the dinner conversation. Lady Di blossoms. Thatcher has screwed up all the parlor games, the simple games. Di is a hit at the charades and stuff, so sorry for raving on, but it's quite a cute show. People have complained that it's not realistic enough, or that it sometimes paints them in an unfavorable light. I guess the writers, well, they took dramatic license, really. It's not a documentary. It's a semi-fictional account, so... Part of their changes were to make the story more interesting, and part of it to make the series more marketable, really. Here we are, back at 110. When the hell did that happen? When are we getting in? 1722. So we'll have to keep looking. Yeah, let me know what you think about it. Why does the road go in there? I don't have small roads picked, do I? Suspicious. The game does those little detours like that? No, it's best. I had no idea why the game wanted me to go in there then. My day was good. My friend. It was, like I said, a quiet day. Oh, there we go. Slow again. Went for a stroll up and down the hallways of my apartment a couple of times. I gotta measure that, see what it actually gives me. Does this give me my... No, it does not. So which window do I need to get... Oops, sorry, my bad. Oh, let's slow down and see what we can get here. It'll piss people off, but I want to really see what these things are. Okay, so is this... One of these is supposed to be the cruise control then. Oh, that one. That all I get? Now, sometimes it's on a multi display, but that's unfortunate. Prepaid? We're gonna go prepaid. Okay. Nobody cut me off? Nobody cut me off. We don't really We don't really slam me back in the seat with the acceleration here. It's not bad, but ooh, I like this red dirt there is in Brazil. I have no idea what it's for. Temuco. Okay, let's go for 95. Okay, now we're going for 95. Don't you brake check me. Oh, he did just tap his brakes, then a little bugger. Oop, 95, 85, 80, 75, 70. I think it's a 760 horsepower, but it is also a 34-ton cable reel. Barren country here. We must be getting up to some sort of plateau. Well, we looked on the map and we were pretty well chugging along the mountains. See, well, it's a satellite map, so no, that'd be the mountains and snow. So we are not on the coast. We don't get on the coast until after Santiago. Then we go down here. Okay, ooh, careful now. Careful, careful. And why are... What the hell was that? How did that guy hit me? The bastard, he clipped me. What the hell did he do? I'll have to go back and look at that. Let me put a stream marker here for myself. I'll have to go in and look to see what the hell did that guy do. And what do I have? Actually, let's see what I have for... Yeah. Things got broken. Which means we'll have to stop before we finish our run. Okay, so there's a repair in there. Oh, we should go on there because then we can discover Los Angeles. Yeah, why don't we do that? Oh, it's not Los Angeles. Here and then here. Okay. So we added a little bit to our time. Maybe we can make it up. We can run this bugger off the road. I mean, granted, I was trying to look at something else on the screen, but still. He just edged over into me. The AI does that, and come to think of it, I've cranked the AI up in frequency in terms of traffic, so we probably should go back here to the traffic and. Oh no, it's 1. Okay. There goes that theory. Is when you set the traffic to 2 or 3 or 4, sometimes it prefers 1. Ah, back with a cup of whiskey. I'm back with my red wine. I made jam today too. I made freezer jam. I had a package of frozen mango chunks. So it was 6 cups of fruit and 2 cups of sugar and 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I only had, well, I had 5 cups. 5 cups of fruit, so I used like a cup and a half of sugar, and I had no lemon juice. Throw it all in a pot and bring it to a boil carefully because it is frozen, so crank it up once it gets hot. Bring it up to a boil and then turn it down and cook it until basically you're boiling it down, and the sugar thickens. There's pectin in all fruit, so it releases the pectin, and the sugar, boils down a bit. So there's several tests, one of which is temperature, so 217 or 221 or whatever like this Fahrenheit. So you just use one of those electronic meat thermometers. Yep, 221, take it off the heat. And it was good. That was pretty easy. I'm thinking I was thinking of doing freezer jam for everybody for Christmas, and then I realized I gave away all my jam jars, because when I moved, thinking I'll never do this again, I gave them away to a friend, and it's hard to find them in a store, but I found a Home Hardware. Not that close, but, well, it's drivable. So tomorrow, after breakfast, I'll go out to the Home Hardware, and I'll get a flat of those pint ones, 500 ml. Or maybe I'll get some little ones too. There's smaller ones, 250 mils, that are wide mouth. Yeah, I could do those. I got a bag of frozen blueberries now, so I'll buy some lemon juice, and I'll try the recipe out tomorrow, and I'll make some more jam. So yeah, love jam, me too. Yeah, when I want a snack, I just take a couple of slices of bread out of the freezer, throw them in the toaster. Jesus, this thing does not race up the hills, does it? Maybe we'll just keep going. Maybe we'll not discover... Well, no, I'd like to discover Los Angeles. Because who knew that we'd get to go to Los Angeles when we're in Chile? Apparently we can. Okay, let's just coast up the hill and see what happens. One of the things they were stalking, and it reminded me, I used to really like hunting. I should play some more Hunter Call of the Wild. Maybe back in maybe back on the Yukon map. The Yukon? Whatever map that doesn't have wolves. I really have problems with wolves in the game. Or I should just get used to them and figure out how to... Whatever that... There appears to be a car upside down there. Whatever... You're going to get a parking ticket, sir. Whatever the trick is for killing wolves in the game, supposedly if you kill the alpha wolf, the pack runs off. You have to figure out which one that is. If you have the, I think the 454 Magnum revolver or whatever, that's pretty good at shooting them, but I don't have that. I have the 45. So maybe maybe a shotgun with buckshot is effective enough to kill wolves. I've got a pump action, I think. I have a in the game. I think I got a pump action 12 gauge. I'll be a 3-shot. Where's our garage? Here. I think I enjoy these driving games the most. Maybe because I know how to drive. You know. There we go. And it's fairly relaxing. It's fairly easy. I mean, there's some skill involved, like remembering that this trailer is gonna pop out if you're not careful. There we go. And there's a few people I follow online, so. I have SnowRunner, and I sort of like SnowRunner, but I always have problems with the configuration of it, the settings. Hunter is the Hunter Call of the Wild can be fun, but it also can be a very boring game to stream. If you're spending a lot of time just sitting and waiting for an animal, I feel guilty streaming it because nothing's happening. Now I should be doing. I don't like multiplayer in ETS, ATS, it's annoying. My train simulator, TS20 or 21 or whatever, does not support multiplayer. Multiplayer in SnowRunner is fun, and multiplayer, I think, in Hunter Hunter Call of the Wild is fun. I guess my problem is finding reasonable people to play with. And then a schedule. Okay, no, we're not waiting forever here. We're just pulling out. Thank you. Thank you for stopping. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Chatting and me talking is sort of fills in the game. I don't know why they call them roundabouts. They're straight through. I'm possibly going to need more wine here. We'll see. Is my voice cutting out at all? I listened to one of my streams and it sounded like I was cutting out at times. Coming through. Stay green. Thank you. Coming through. Stay green. Thank you. We're good? Oh well, don't know what it was. I did move the mic a little closer to my mouth. I had it farther away before. And I checked some of the settings, you know, noise gate suppression. They looked good, but I put them back to defaults. Yeah, this thing stops pretty good considering it's 39 tons worth. And a Christmas truck. Where are we going here? Are we back on the highway yet? What the hell happened? We seem to have detoured off the edge of the world. Okay, here. And then we can boot it, I guess, till we get there. Am I going to do this? I could do that and discover Tommy. That's going to be down at the coast, you know. Yeah, I got to deck the halls here. Put up my tree. I'll do that after they do their inspection because I'm going to have to move furniture around again. Still adjusting to life in a one-bedroom as opposed to a two-bedroom. Somebody can let me in? You are. Now that I've cut you off. Thank you. So we are. What's our deadline here? Our deadline is Wednesday morning at 6, and we are currently going to get there Tuesday at 18:15. We could probably afford to do that little detour. We'll be doing some driving at night, but that's okay. Well, that's nice over there, whatever the hell that is. Well, we need gas. We've got 300k left, and we've got gas for 900. No, I think we're good. We are speeding, but that's okay. Yes, I've got my truck decked out. I need to put up my Christmas tree, put some lights up, get my Santa hat, wear my Santa hat occasionally. I should get a Christmas mask, I guess, eh? Prepaid? We'll do the prepaid. Haha, it's heating you up nicely, yes. Not sure how fast the prepaid takes you. 30, I think. Just a question of not getting caught wrapping into the gate. I had a good whiskey several years ago that my ex-girlfriend's sister's partner gave me. Writer's Tear Irish whiskey. Writer's Tears. I might buy myself some more. I guess part of it is it's too expensive for writers to buy, so they cry over it. Or writers buy it to drown their sorrows after their book gets rejected yet again. Oh. But yes, she reminds me I need more wine. I need to put some drops in my eyes. I need to do a little walkabout. So don't go away, folks, and we'll do all that. And I'll play an ad break too. So I'll do some ads so that when people join the stream, fresh to the stream, they don't have to watch pre-roll ads. So I'll do a 90-second ad break. So thank you for watching the ads. Sip your whiskeys or whatever. I'll be right back too. Okay, my friends, we're back again. Besides the t-shirts from ATS, SCS, my 2 t-shirts that I got in the mail, I also got, and the notice from a landlord saying that they want to do an inspection, I also got a few bottles of my bar. This is Scottish. The Balvenie. I'm not a big whiskey or Scotch fan, so it's kind of wasted on me. I know Patrick, my ex-girlfriend's sister's partner. Patrick's a really big fan of Scotch. So when we went to visit, and he'd, give me a bottle of, give me a glass of some special Scotch he had like this, I, of course, was diplomatic enough to not say, Oh, well, it tastes like every scotch I've ever had. I was like, I sniff it and hold it up to the light and look at it, and sip it. Yes, that's quite good. Smooth. Nice blend of flavors. And he'd tell me what the flavors were, and I said, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I can see that, so. Yes, once you get exposed to, yes. Are we going? Well, too late now. Now where are we going? I just didn't want to go up there. Oh. You know what? This is that place I decided to go to, just for laughs, to see what it was like. Guess what? I'm apparently prepared to go there. Okay, good timing, Gramps. Nice mistake. Remember years ago, we'd helped somebody move this staff hotel, and the guy who was running the bar in the basement or something, we moved a bunch of furniture for him. We were residents there. And he treated us all to a nice drama whiskey, or whatever the hell you call it, of apparently a really good scotch. And I think even back then I was diplomatic, even though I was like, fuck. This is gross. I hate scotch. Thank you. How nice. One of the funniest things that I see in bars is when people do shots. People are doing shots. They've already had a bunch of drinks. They've already had a bunch of beer and wine or mixed drinks or whatever like this. They're half pissed. They decide they're going to do shots. So, and they buy an expensive whiskey, put it out in shots, and almost everybody goes, makes a face, and then, ooh, yeah, that's really good. How do you know, really? And I'm sure the bartender, after, the profit margin on expensive shots of whiskey must be pretty good. I'm sure the bartender's like, oh, I gotta love you fucking idiots. A friend of mine, or sort of a friend of mine, a bartender at a local place, his uncle owned the bar, so of course he got to work there. And he would often do shots with the customers, and sometimes late at night, and his uncle came by late one night. He was closing up. He was doing a sloppy job at closing up, and he was pretty well pissed. The nephew. So that was his last day there. He's got a job somewhere else, but he's probably matured. He's got a really good girlfriend, Celia. I like Celia. She's smarter than Rome. She, I think, is studying law. She's a tall-ish, strong-ish girl. Very pretty girl. Funny, and plays water polo for fun. It's all in good shape. So I think he knows he's got a good catch. So I think she's calmed him down. and outspoken, did I mention? So no, no hesitancy in keeping him in line. And I suspect the first time she did it at a family gathering, and she spoke up and told Rome to smarten up whatever he was doing. I'm sure Papa smiled and gave her a little, "That's my girl." They complement each other, though. I like they're not. She doesn't browbeat him, but you know, she's got. They really care for each other, you can tell, and she's got no problem speaking up, and neither does he. But back to the crown. Lady Di certainly seems to be a keeper, but unfortunately, Charles and Camilla always had this attraction to each other, and then she married. She was in love with this Parker Pitney Bowles or whatever like that. So the family, you know, so the family got involved and steered people here and there and whatever, and she married this guy, and she and Charles were still trying to have an affair, and then so Lady Di pops in, and I think even according to the show, he had an affair all the time he was going out with Lady Di. All the time he was married to her. So he had an affair with this Camilla, and now, of course, in real life, he's married to this Camilla. And I assume the family thinks she's a keeper now. So we're going through Conception, and then we're going up here to this other place. Yeah, I'm looking for a good woman. Oh, speaking of looking for good women, did you know there's a thing called cuffing? Cuffing as in handcuffs, but I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with handcuffs. Whereby, well, what? Yeah, we'll stop here. Whereby people enter into relationships about November for the sake of having a relationship over the winter months when it's like to cuddle and, you know, have somebody to do stuff in. You don't get out much, so you want, you know, meet somebody about. And these relationships are targeted to end, either or both sides end them before Valentine's Day, before the obvious commitment to further length of this relationship. So it's you know, a 3 or 4 month relationship, and it's called cuffing. I've never heard of this, and I don't know why it's called that. Yeah, cuffing season. Why is it? Okay, you've heard of it. It was in the news. I don't know. Why is it called that? Now, of course, it's pretty hard to get in a relationship with all this lockdown and everything, but maybe I should. Okay, let's go around this one. What did I do? Oh, I joined eHarmony. That was a waste of money. I don't know. It's expensive. They do this complicated match, and I don't know. I've got enough friends locally through Facebook and other things that if I was to spread the word that I was on the market. Thing is, when my girlfriend and I broke up in mid-August, and we just changed our relationship to blank on Facebook. We didn't tell anybody, so I don't know whether she's told anybody we've broken up. I don't know whether she's accepted the fact that we've broken up. I think she still thinks it's a phase. I'll come to my senses at some point. She'll change. Don't know. Not really talking. She found it too hard to talk to me. Too painful, she said. She cried every time she read my posts. We couldn't talk on the phone. She'd cry. She wanted to maybe just start sending notes back and forth and see how it goes. And I was thinking, you know, either you're in or out. You know, I don't want to be wondering whether, if I send a 2-page email, is that going to be too much and you'll fall apart again? So I'm like, sort of miss her, but I don't know. A lot of issues with her not accepting responsibility for her own problems. And working to... Those are tiny little houses. Working to correct them. Isn't that funny? Look at that funny little village. Oh, Lilliputian. Isn't that cute? I mean, she's got a traumatic brain injury from falling in a hole 10 years ago and landing on her head, but she's still living in the past and things I used to do that I can't do anymore, rather than just figure out what she can do now and strategies to fix things or to change things or deal with things. Just, I don't know. It was just too frustrating. So, but I'm getting at the age now where, it's men and women, especially women and my age range, they're not, well, my age range is women younger than me, but still, unfortunately, but you get to a age range where you would rather just be on your own, really. You don't really want to move in with somebody. You like your own space. You don't like your own spot, your own things and stuff like this. You know, you can share some stuff, but I like the opportunity to just do your own stuff sometimes. I need to figure out a way to, well, just to move on. I guess I could just move on. We did go out for 5 years, which is a long time, but it was 5 years as 1 week a month. 1 week here, 1 week there, so actually it was not that intensive. Oh, I guess I'm guessing you probably live with your partner 4 weeks in the month. So. You need to live with somebody to get used to the peccadillos. Yeah, there's like this eHarmony thing. They've well, I guess you can set up. Well, you can't really set up coffee dates. You sort of can, but you can't really. I mean, because I don't want to go inside a bar. I definitely want to go inside a restaurant. Restaurants aren't safe as far as I'm concerned, and nobody's got their mask on because they're all drinking and eating and yelling at each other. So to meet up with a complete stranger and sit 2 feet away from her with no mask while we breathe moistly on each other, I'm not sure. Yeah, it would have to be virtual. Which is pretty well what I had, so. Oh. That was a corner. The hell? Wait a minute. Okay, let's, damn the torpedoes in full speed ahead. Let's do, oh, no, let's not do that. 5.8? That was 5.8. Yeah, that's not bad. Although we're still... That's better. I want to see the countryside. See, why the hell am I driving like that? Oh, because there's mountains. Okay, thank you. Alright, let me just stop here and go like this. There we go. Now this, yeah, it's self-steering, so I don't need to worry so much. No, virtual is, well, I mean, it's better than, you know, even having people to talk to on FaceTime would be nice. I said I wanted to do more of that, so I really need to do more of that. Start with some of the people I know on Facebook. Not necessarily... There's those tiny little houses again. Sorry, I just can't help it. Maybe if we're not in the cab. Yeah. No, they're still pretty tiny. I didn't realize people in... South America were so small. What am I into? Legs. In spite of the fact that I've had several girlfriends without long legs, I also have had girlfriends with long legs. When I was on, was there Plenty of Fish? I think I said I was looking for legs, laughter, and a laid-back attitude. Not a boob mad, although my ex was very much a boob girl, but can be sort of, hey, look, I got big boobs. Yeah, whatever. When I first divorced, and that was 30-some years ago, I went through a number of quick relationships, some of them one night, one day, 1 week, 1 month, maybe a 1 year here and there. Started off with a gorgeous redhead. Wow. Who was unfortunately married. Happily married. No, not really. Unhappily married when I met her. Yeah. But she was from town and her husband was from town, so it was difficult for us to meet without worrying that we're going to bump into one of his friends or my friends. So it wasn't much of a relationship. Firecracker woman, though. Long legs and funny. Nice. Overbite. Cute. And I convinced her to go back to her husband, or at least to go to therapy. I said, you know, I went to therapy for my ex. We should go to therapy. Just try it out. Do, you know, if either of you at least make the effort. Go and fail at better to have tried and lost than never to have gone to therapy at all, to paraphrase. So she did. Interesting streets. And a year later, her husband showed up at my apartment door, ready to hit me, shoved me a couple of times, yelling at me for screwing around with his wife. And I was like, well, yeah, but that was a year ago. And I was thinking, and me and 5 other guys. I said, no, that was 5 years, that was a year ago. And I convinced her I told her to go back to you and try going to therapy. That didn't really go over that well. I suspect they had gone to therapy and he hadn't really worked at it, and they were still. So I noticed she remarried. Oh, come on, I couldn't have stopped. Kathy remarried years after. Next year or so. Good for her. It seemed to steer them the wrong way, I had a girlfriend who was very quiet and shy for a number of years, and she wouldn't even drive downtown to meet me because she was afraid what happens if, afraid to drive downtown. If we were on the highway, she had to be in the correct lane for her exit 5 exits ahead of time just to be set up. And I eventually got her, she eventually got enough enthusiasm or whatever, confidence. She eventually got enough self-confidence to leave me. She was like, oh, good. Yay for me. Geez, long talk about what kind of women Raven's into, eh? Yeah. I tend to be into needy women who I can help. And then they become too needy and I get pissed off. Or sometimes bossy, assertive women. So I need, like everybody, that happy balance. See, we're down by the ocean. I knew we were down somewhere. Yeah, so I'll find somebody. Oh, I'm running out of fuel. Oh, probably could have got gas in that town. Probably passed about 5 gas stations. Here I am, John away. There's a gas station. So I got married at 27, divorced at 40. And here I am 30 some years later and had a couple of relationships. The longest was this last one, which was not really 5 years because it was 1 week a month. We did go on holidays a couple of times. I did get to go out to Vancouver Island with her family, to visit her family. I'll miss her family. She's got a really nice family. I suspect they were pretty relieved to see me because they realized I was a nice guy, a good catch, and I was looking after their sister for them, who they worried about because of her medical problems and her tendency to ignore her problems. So it's like, oh, look, she's got a boyfriend and a nurse. All right. Well, this is strange, this countryside. It's not that realistic, is it? We're right next to the coast, and we got this bloody great ridge here. One side's the ocean, and the other side's a not bloody great ridge. Is my Discord very active? No. Not at all. I don't do much on it. I don't do convoys. So... I got a friend who posts a lot of... hell was that? I got a friend who posts some train stuff on there. Cyclone. He puts a lot of on the train. Go. Channel. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. Oh, nice. Surf's up. Oops. Yeah, I wish my Discord was more active, but I'm not really sure what to do on it to make it more active. I guess I could do contests and stuff, but I don't know. I got a list of things to do, which includes, as I've mentioned, my stories, so... Just a general lack of... this COVID has just wearing me down. I think it's the month after month after month of restrictions, which sort of stresses you out and keeps you on just a minor level of apprehension and adrenaline. And the knowledge, the vagueness, so the lack of control. You don't really know when this is going to be over. So that combines, that sort of produces in me a reluctance to... Well, I can't just make decisions as well as I used to, and I don't get as much stuff done as I used to. I do. It's just... So I just have to learn to accept it. Yeah, that's it. That's the reality for now. Yep. You'll just be an 80% guy for a while. Oh, what the hell? Oh yeah, we can do this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We almost hit somebody there. We can dust it here. There we go. Oops, trailer damage. We got good tires though. They should do well. Possibly did that a little fast. Yeah, he didn't look like he was stopping. He paused there just before he passed. That's interesting. Put the tank right there. Like a tank that was on a train car or something that they just wheeled in and craned off and dropped. Not sure why, but they did. Yep, that back end tracks very nicely. The new t-shirt is kind of itchy. It needs to stretch a bit. Needs to add stretching it. Gotta rinsed it. It's got sizing and it's got chemicals in it too to set the ink. So. But I think there was $6 each Canadian or something for these t-shirts. It was a ridiculous price. And shipping was, even with shipping, it was cheaper than buying Canadian t-shirts. And I got one that says ETS2 and one that says ATS. So I can wear one on my first date. What did I have? Oh, I had tests. I was thinking of this Balmoral Castle in Crown and the tests they had for people. I had several tests that I would have for people too, for dates. I mean, one test for a date, and it usually applies for the guy, is go out for dinner, see how they treat the server, the staff. Well, first of all, see whether they flirt shamelessly with the server. That's a bad thing. But also see if they treat the server like shit. So you're looking for somebody in between that treats the server like another person who just happens to have a job as a server. What was the other thing? Oh, the other thing. I had a couple of movies I'd like to watch with people. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. The delightful movie. The characters are so good. The music is just a funny movie. Good, good. I don't know. Sometimes you'd get a woman who is, well, are you gay or something? No, I have a gun. I have a gun cabinet. I can shoot the neighborhood dog if you want me to be macho, but I'd rather just watch this movie, so. Got me thinking now. Maybe I should try this cuffing. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert is Australian. It's about 3 drag queens. One formerly famous, but getting past her prime, and I say her, it's a guy. And a supportive friend. And then a young wacky drag queen guy, and the three of them embark on a tour across Australia in a big pink tour bus that they live in. And the bus is called Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and the music from it is a lot of music from ABBA and the Supremes, the kind of music that drag queens love in concerts. The costumes are sparkles and bell bottoms and bright colors and feathers all over the place. It just costumes are just out of it, and the music is good, and the characters are good. So I mean, if you can find Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, you and the missus, I'm sure, would like it. We had a series here too before in Canada. I wonder if it was Canadian. Queer as Folk, which was a regular series. I wonder where that is. Don't know. My friends and I, speaking more about my my entertainment that I've gone to. Friends and I, we used to hang out downtown, and we go to bars and suck it up, dance, party, go back home, type into the news groups way back when your exploits or your comments on the evening, and type things you probably shouldn't have typed, because the next day you go in and see what you said in the news group. Oh, you shouldn't have said that, really. But we often would go to when we finished hitting the various bars and doing drinks and hanging out and being, going to taverns and just being outrageous, we'd often finish off the evening at Frankie's on Frank Street. And Frankie's was a bar and a house. The main floor was a gay bar. The main floor was pretty quiet. The second floor was busier, and the third floor was pole dancing and stuff like that, with guys. That we went there because on the main floor they had pool tables. They had a couple of pool tables which were free, and they had well-priced drinks. So we go there and finish off the evening with some shooters and beer and stuff like this. Play pool for free, and it took me a while to realize. Somebody explained to me. You went down the stairs, past the pool tables, and there was some washrooms in the basement. You went down the stairs, turned left, you went to the washrooms. Okay, and I asked somebody, I see people going downstairs, what happens if you turn right? What's there? So, naive me didn't realize, oh, that's where you can rent a room. You and another guy. So, oh, okay. Okay, fine. Or we'd end up at a pub downtown, and when they had drag queens dancing, and if you got there early, you get to sit at the bar and you talk to the guys that were drag queens. Fascinating people. Oh. Don't know. Yes, I'm straight, but I guess I'm tolerant of different lifestyles, and sometimes that can be off-putting to somebody I meet. But oh well, their problem. So we are hustling our buns here to carry on the metaphor. Too chilly, I guess. I think we're supposed to be there at noon. Hopefully this, I don't think this was a urgent. We'll find out, I guess, when we get there. Got a couple hours to go. We're going to be there noonish, and we were supposed to be there. Oops, 6. I know. It doesn't affect my life, so what's my problem? Somebody had made some comment. What? You think there's a great gay agenda? Have you seen how we organize events? We're terrible. Oh. Speaking of agendas and stuff, I just at the risk of getting slightly political, I read today something saying that Obama's helper, Biden had said that he will, one of the things he's going to do during his first 100 days of presidency, and he's not saying in the unlikely event that I get elected, is request everybody to wear a mask. If it's a federally regulated building, carrier, anything like that, it will be mandatory. But he's going to come out and say, no, wear a mask. It's okay. And he will promote the use of masks. He's hoping that doing that, he's pretty sure, and I agree, that if they can get most people to wear masks for 100 days, they'll break the back of this virus. He's also hired Fauci already to be on his team, so good news. Not sure when we get zapped here in Canada. I just noticed I'm out of wine, so, and my eyes are bothering me again, so let me pull over again. Okay. I'll do a, I'm gonna do some ads, people, so, I won't apologize. They're ads and they make money for, well, Twitch. They make money for me too, a little bit. So, thank you for following Bad Snail. I'll tell you about my eyes after I get my wine, Bad Snail. But thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate all the follows. I gotta run a 90-second ad break, so I don't know. Go to the bathroom, get yourself a drink, go for a walk. You don't have to watch it. So. I'm not going to. Well, I don't see them. So I'll put some drops in my eyes, and I'll get some more wine and do a little walk around the apartment because it's so big, and I'll be back in 90 seconds or so. So don't go away. Okay, I'm back, my friends. I meant to do a 90. I did a 60-second, but that's okay. That gives me 20 minutes ad-free, and I've got an hour to get to my drop-off, which is at 3 minutes to the hour is 3 minutes away. We might do another one since we're having so much fun. Oops, sorry. Or ootsray, oopslay. Sometimes they pause. Sometimes they embarrassingly pause. Like you think, oh, there's a truck coming, I'll pull out. And he stops in the middle of the highway. You're like, oh shit, sorry, my bad. Let me get out here. Just like a chain reaction. What's the time? Oh, it's 11:26. I might keep going here. We got a bunch of people viewing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 or 10 people. Some of which are bots. And just me and Ed in the chat, but that's okay. I don't mind if people lurk. Sometimes people, I had had people say they like to put my stream on because it helps them go to sleep. I started listening to a podcast, Ancient Civilizations podcast, I think is what it's called, or thereabouts, and it's 30-minute chunks discussing ancient civilizations, and it is very interesting, but I must admit sometimes when he gets into too many lists of kings, and sons of kings and illegitimate nephews of kings and stuff like this, I realized, oh, I'm on episode 18. I thought I was on 17. But I refrained from telling him that his podcasts are good to fall asleep to. Ooh, that's a nice mountain. So once we drop off this cargo at this spot, I think we drive up here, but eventually we get down into closer to the coast. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep following the coast up, really. My choices are to follow the coast up or to go cross country here, which is up the mountains, down the mountains, which can be entertaining. Crossing at something called Los Andes. Go to Buenos Aires, and then up here is a bajillion. Maybe I'll do that. Because up there is a bajillion little towns. This is a nice drive, but it's a lot of countryside, so why don't we do that? Why don't we go here and then see if we can find something goes either to Santiago or just goes up here across. You look like this if you, if you zoom in. There, okay? See that? That's going up a mountain. Switch back enough to give you whiplash. So, yeah, I'll do that. And that's entertaining. If you want to stick around, my friends, then I'll do that. Maybe we'll get one that's not quite so heavy. If I have my druthers, I'll pick one across the mountain that either is. Well, this is not bad because this is a self-steering trailer, so it tends to get around corners easily. But I guess the other choice would be a short trailer. Or at least something where you can lift the rear axle and shorten the wheelbase. This is nice. Oh, we have to stop down here. Yeah. Do we? Oh, no. This is interesting. Taica. Yeah, let's mark this. I'm really looking forward to the upgrade of this. Apparently they've added another 1,000. You know, you saw the map, you saw all the little towns. Well, yeah, they've added more towns. More roads, more towns, more cargoes, more stuff. Oh, you gotta love these guys. They do such a good job. So yeah, so I like listening to podcasts. It's entertaining. You can learn. There was one I was listening to, a sci-fi one, Harry Harrison, Death World. That was my incentive to get out and walk, but I need another incentive here to get out and walk. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Oh, I've discovered a recruitment agency. That's exciting. I've also discovered a place I can drop off my cargo. How's that grab you? Now, hopefully, we're not in big trouble because we're late. We're about 7 hours late. Nope. Late. I can't remember what was an urgent. Okay, it wasn't urgent, so we lost €1,000. €2,000 off at 12,000. 12 plus 5 proficiency, long distance, blah blah blah. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, we've got points. Pfft. Who cares? Well, I guess we could do one here. Yeah. Okay. Job market. Oh no, let's first drive and get off the cargo. Okay. There we go. Put on the brake, put it in neutral. Okay. Okay, so let's look at the job market and see what we have going from here to there. So, is that where we are? We're in Taica. Taica, route length, we want to go... We wanted to go across here, didn't we? So... No, we don't want to go that way, do we? Whoa! That would... How the hell did we get there from here? Oh, what happened? Oh, I see what happened. Let's start up here at the... No. Well, that'd be interesting. That would be doable. It's 12 tons. It's not bad. And it gets me too far across. So what if I don't go quite as far? Nope, don't want to go south. That would work. 22 tons of empty pallets. We're going through the mountains, right? 16 tons of beans. Nope, wrong way. Doesn't go across. Nope, nope. Okay, so I think we're gonna have to do the beans. Canned beans. Isn't, oh no. This beans. Beans or that or... Oh, actually, I'm gonna change the time anyway, so ignore everything I just found there. Okay. Let's wait for the wee small hours in the morning. Okay, now what do we got? Just so we can drive in the daytime more. Okay, so Taica to... That's going to be too far. Ooh, that's a nice trip. Too far. Oops, sorry. Taica. $22 tons into Argentina, and that's it? Do we have anything less than that? Interesting. I'm not that happy with that, you know. Let's do this again. Skip to the next day, and we'll take whatever we have here, but pretty sure we're going to be happier. So, Too far. Oh, we've got all chili things. Chili, 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 chili. That's interesting. Nothing for Argentina. Oops. We've blown that, haven't we? Okay, I lied. Thank you for hanging out, Ed. It's 11:40. It's probably a bit time for me, but I might drive a bit more. I'm gonna find a nice route, anyways. A nice job to start. So thanks heading out, Ed, and talk to you later. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so let's do this again. Maybe I will quit. I'll be on tomorrow. Yes, Ed, I'll be on tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Friday. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. Probably tomorrow night. Maybe some trucking. We'll see. Friday nights are pretty quiet. Tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, Fridays are quiet, but yeah, I'll be on tomorrow, so ta-ta, my friend. So what do we got going to Argentina? Chili, 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 chili. Oh dear, we should have taken that Argentina one. Because we've got either Argentina or way up here. The game is playing games with me. Go to the next day. We're just trying to find a nice cargo here. That one? Nope, still too far. There we go. Yep, let's take this one to Argentina because we're never getting anything we're never going to get anything. It's either to here or way up here or somewhere else. So okay, so that's our cargo. But yes, my friends, I think I'm going to. Well, I could. I've got a couple of viewers. I got 3 people. One plus. Oh, that's Ed, but Ed's going to go away. But well, let's drive for a while. I still have the pre-roll off, so I'll drive for a bit. My cargo, I think it's here. Right? I think we have met the enemy, and it is us. To quote Pogo. Well, hot damn, would you look at that? Oh, do I want B train? No, I don't want a B train. I don't want to take a B train through there. So what have I got? I've got a. Looking at these to see if I got something. I want a short wheelbase, I guess, really. Oh, that's nice. The Schwarzwälder Trollpollen. Prawn. No, no, I don't want to double. This one. Oh yeah, it's empty pallets, so a tarpaulin makes sense. Used packaging. Yeah. There we go. It's right there. Oh, it's a reefer. That's weird. That's a waste. Never noticed that. Oh well. Oops, and I'm too far over. Much too far over. Oh, well, it's gonna jump. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so our map is up here, and then Santiago, Chile, and then across the Andes to Mendoza, whoever Mendoza is. Okay, I'll drive for a bit. I'll drive, what time is it? Now we'll drive to midnight and see what happens. Christmas bling. Why do I have so many bright lights here? Do I have high beams on? No, I just have bright lights. Do. Oop, there we go. Hey, buddy. Coming through. Ooh. Are we going up into those mountains? Maybe. Santiago. Yes, we're going to Santiago. Oh, that's interesting. We go to Santiago by going like this. Okay. Okay, so 16 hours, which is 45 minutes. So I'm pretty sure I'm not going to drive 40 minutes. Oh, it's going to be more than that because we've got to go through mountains. Oh, and note to self. Just because you've got gas for 1,300 what? 1,300 kilometers, and you only have to go 1,000. Going through mountains can be surprisingly demanding. So at one of these places, probably that one. Gas it up. So I'm going to drive till, I'll drive to midnight. It's 10 to 12 here now. And the sun will be coming up on the east. Oh yeah, anybody want postcards? I'm sending postcards. Actually, yeah, instead of Christmas cards, I'm sending out Christmas postcards to people. Same price, but they're quite decorative. They're quite nice. They're the kind of thing you put up on a fridge. They're old style, old school. Okay, we're going to the truck stop here. We're a truck. Are you a truck? No? Then why were you not going through there? Well, that's interesting. Okay. Oh, there's somebody right behind me. Okay. I don't know what happened there. For some reason, people wanted to be right in front of me. Okay. F9, and there we are, on the road. That was weird. Probably a good time to stop driving, but, well, we'll see how it goes. Because I rolled up to it, said toll paid, okay, and then it said enter, okay, and then I rolled up to the sign and the barrier, and it was like, not saying anything, sir. Okay. So I got 10 minutes to go. Oh, how far am I going to go on this? Let's pick a good place to stop. Oh, there'll be nothing. Oh, maybe at this next toll booth thing. Is that O'Higgins? What the hell did that say on there? I know I shouldn't stop in the middle of the highway like this, but I'm sure that thing said O'Higgins. I mean, the cars will just pile up behind me and toot their horns saying, "Why can't you move, sir?" It is O'Higgins. I'm not going to O'Higgins. I'm at O'Higgins. Am I going the wrong way? No, O'Higgins is here. Okay, just checking. Just checking that I'm fine. The game is stupid. And it was O'Higgins like this, an arrow up, which implies that it's that way, not that way. So I'll finish like at, well, I'll finish like at 12, around 12. I gotta be careful. I really dislike people who always say, like. I fell down the stairs. So you fell out the window, and it's down the stairs, but different. Picky. We get pickier with our old age and with the stress of COVID, I think. I think everybody is getting stressed out over I guess the continual stress, the sort of semi-adrenaline, low-grade adrenaline rush of being stressed over COVID, plus the oh, thank you for the follow of Theta2. I always like the follows. Where am I at with follows? 723. Aha! Woo! So COVID is giving us sort of a low-grade stress, and I think one of the they've shown that one of the factors of that is inability, a decreased ability to make decisions, to assess risk. Okay, let's see if this one works better. Because last time I went over it, tried to pretend it was a truck. No. Nobody cares. Yeah, well, this is what I should have done. 32 paid. It said 32 paid, and then it said enter and locked me up. Lock her up. Brazil. Yes. Ah, are you from Brazil? Fade. Theta2, are you from Brazil, or are you or do you just like the Brazil map? I'm on the EAA Mapa South America map, and I found this sat nav that sort of gives you some background for it. This is the current map. I've explored a lot of this map, but every time you upgrade, it seems you lose all the explored paths on it. Or they rewrite the whole map and reload it or something. I don't know. But Fade, I'm looking forward to, there's a new one coming out in December, they said, and oh, look, it's December. From EAA Mapa of 5.6. So it should be a, and they've added, hundreds of cities, thousands of kilometers. Should be really cool. So this may be December. Might be a lot of driving for me because EAA Mapa is coming out within probably another week. In ATS land, ProMods has been working on Canada release. Not a lot of roads, just up from Vancouver up to Kamloops and loops around and back down again. But EAA Mapa has been working a long time with this, and they are now at the stage where they are working at tweaking their server so that it can support multiple maps. Right now it just does the ProMods map, so they need to tweak it so it'll be like, which ProMods map would you like? The European one or the Canadian one? So they've got it showing up on their website, so we might get that before Christmas. I was explaining before to Ed the Sock. No, Ed Saves the World, who was on before, that I really like this truck driving, and I know people probably get upset that I don't drive like this. I can see Melissa over there. My bling, my Santa. The problem with driving like this, I realize that it does lend a lot of authenticity to the game. So much so that you can even turn off. Oh, I can't, yeah. I can't hold the road very well, can I? Oh. You know, another 6 inches, you gotta get your ass off the road there, buddy. You're tempting me to clip it. Oh, and look what we're into. We are out of the mountains. Just some kind of plain. You know, the rain of Spain is mainly on the plain sort of thing. Might go until I hit the mountain. Oops, that's weird. Isn't that strange? Look at that, just... Oh, does that hurt your brain? Sorry. Santiago, San Bernardo? No, we're going to Santiago. Santiago al Norte. I was thinking it would be nice to go to Portugal. And I was thinking in this game, and a lot of this map, they all speak... Well, in Portugal, they all speak Brazilian. Or in South America, they all speak Portuguese. Wondering how hard would it be to learn Portuguese? I had a lot of trouble learning French because I have a poor short-term auditory memory. But I don't know. Maybe it's changed. Maybe I'm cured. Norte Los Andes. Warning. Warning. You're going norte to Los Andes. So be careful, suckers. I suspect once we, well, I'm not sure where, Al Norte is, but soon. Where do we go? Where do we go to get to Al Norte? Oh, go to there, basically. Not that far north. And then do a loop-de-doo, and then it's like, oh, let's drive into these mountains. Okay, and we will gas up. I've done a point there. We're not bad for gas. We've got, you know, 2/3 of a tank, but I have learned in this game that driving on twisty little roads in high gear just sucks up the gas, so I have to be careful. That's a low roof there. Let me check the settings here for the sensitivity, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's here. Let's make this a little higher. That means that the higher you make the non-linearity, the more non-linear the response is, meaning that tweaking the wheel 10 degrees at your center is different than tweaking it 10 degrees close to the edges. That means the wheel is less twitchy when you're heading straight. But when you need to crank it around in a parking lot or something, it's more responsive. It's more, yeah. Oh, excuse me, my friends. I'm tired, but I'm anxious to keep going in this. Yeah, I'll have some toast and probably some jam. I made homemade jam. Had a package of frozen mango chunks. 6 cups, 5 cups worth. Threw it in a pot, cup and a half of sugar. Maybe could have used a cup and 3/4. Tablespoon and a half of lemon juice would be nice, but I had none. Oh well. Heat it up until it starts to thaw, and then bring it to a boil, and then simmer until it gets to a sugaring temperature, which I think was 222 Fahrenheit. And then take it off the stove, cool it down, stick it in a container in the fridge. Or jars, it could be freezer jam, so. So I'm going to buy some jars tomorrow at a hardware store out in Beacon Hill. They have pint jars, a dozen pint jars, 500 ml jars for I think $16. Amazon has them for $40. It's like, Jesus, those are scarce. Well, those are nice trees. I don't have a canning kettle, but I don't think I'm going to do canning. I think I'm just going to do freezer jam. It's much easier. We all have freezers. You just You don't have to worry about processing it. You just, you use a clean jar and you boil the jam, and then you put it in the jar and put the lid on, and then here you go. Stick it in the freezer. When you want to use it, you take it out, put it in the fridge for a day, and then keep it in the fridge till you use it up. Los Andes, Argentina. Yes, we're going to Los Andes. Hitting the wrong button because the wheel was turned. The buttons are on the wheel. That's one of the problems with the G29 is there are more buttons on the wheel than G27 had. The G27 had a lot of the buttons on the controller for the shifter. But I guess that meant you had to buy the shifter. But it was so much nicer to have the buttons there. So when you spin the wheel, the button's still there. Right there for, and not somewhere upside down. The wheel is back, left, right, so. Okay, one more break here. Okay, I'm gonna get. Oh, all right, my friends. Thank you for hanging out or hanging around. Oh. An automatic. I do not have a shifter. I have a G29 wheel and pedals, no shifter. I used to have, but they got stolen or lost when I moved. It's okay. Bought a new one on sale. $350 Canadian at Best Buy. And then Best Buy had a sale where they were $300 Canadian, and then Best Buy does a price match with another supplier or themselves. It's like, if we have a sale, okay. And this particular one, normally you have, I think, 30 days, but this particular one, I think I had till January 2nd or something to go in. I went in. For some reason, I decided to go in on Friday, the Black Friday, which is not really a Black Friday in Canada, but it sort of is. And as I was pulling into the Best Buy parking lot, I was thinking, you had till January 2nd. But I wasn't that busy. Remarkably efficient. There we go. Set to 75 with cruise control, and that means that the retarder braking system, which actually works on the transmission, I think it might be magnetic. I'm not sure if it's magnetic or fluid, but what it does is it puts a load on the transmission and slows you down, as opposed to the Jake brake, which puts basically a load on the engine and slows you down. Perhaps you want to slow down for this corner. So what is this place that we're getting to? Oh, Los Andes. Oh, it's the Andes. Okay. Yes, it is. So where's the Andes? Oh, I guess. There? Maybe. That's really not the Andes Mountains, okay? That's the Andes foothills. If any of you have driven out towards mountains from a plane, in Canada, for instance, when you're driving out from Calgary west towards the Rockies, it's like, oh, there's mountains. I went camping too with my kids in Kananaskis Park, which is in the middle of the Rockies, and a gorgeous park with all sorts of nature stuff. Really entertaining, but the fun part was that since you're in the middle of the mountains, suddenly at sunset, because the mountains are up there, it's like, oh shit, whoa, better hustle, kids, get supper made because it's getting dark soon. And the same thing, you get up in the morning, okay, well, it's sort of morning, but then eventually the sun would, rise over the mountain. We had a good time there, good bonding. Did camping with my kids, a lot of camping with my kids, and that they enjoyed that. There was a lot of good bonding over that. Could go again, I guess. I could go again. I need to get a better tent, though. Since the one I had fall apart. I had a really good tent by Eureka. It was a probably a 3-person tent. Probably a 5-person. One of those tents that has a whole bunch of people, but you realize this is made in China, so we're not going to cram as many fat, tall North American people into it. Whoa! Into the Rockies. Suddenly the mountains are coming up. All to say, we had a tent by, oh, then they're going away. Oh, there's a new one. We had a tent by Eureka, and we bought it from Mountain Equipment Co-op, and it was the slightly upgraded version that they use often for rentals. So the bottom was a little heavier, everything was a little better on it, and it was a little heavier, the whole thing, but it's a good tent. We used it for ages and ages, and then I stored it here, and I gave it to my daughter finally for her to take to her kids after 30 years or whatever. Well, she unpacked it, and the elastic and the rubber stuff had all fallen apart, so she said, I don't know, Dad, it's thank you, but we could fix it, but so. And her husband too is picky about new versus old things. Oh, definitely into the Rockies. Look at that. Through a snow tunnel. We have these here in North America. In Canada and the Rockies. It's just a place where the road has to go at below a avalanche zone of a mountain. So it's easier, we'll just put this roof here. Feel free to avalanche all you want. Oops, that was me going over the edge. getting up in the Rockies. Oop. Pavement con new or hilo. Uso obligado de cadenas. I suspect that's chains. Pavement con, yeah. Pavement night. I suspect that's like, so it's icy and slippery. Chains are mandatory. Now I didn't see a chain up zone in on Canadian highways, anyways. If chains are required, then they do a place for you to chain up. Like a place you could pull off the side of the road. I don't know. That was another warning, I think. I don't speak Portuguese, but I think that was a warning. Like I said, I was thinking of learning Portuguese because I was thinking it'd be nice to go to Portugal. Like a month. Go to Portugal for a month, rent an apartment, shop in the local markets and such. Hang out in the pub. Meet hot babes, I don't know. Oh, was this my, possibly my gas up spot? Let me just like check where I was. I was thinking it'd be nice to gas up on, oh, you see? It's gone, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this'll do. This'll do, and what do I have for gas? Yeah, third of a tank. Yes, let's gas up. And it's an easy one like this. And I had second thoughts there. I may... Oh, you see that up ahead there? See that slight crisscrossing in the on the map? I believe that will be me. I think what I'm going to do is, even though I have a lot of people hanging out here, I think I'm going to pull off. Okay. So maybe differential lock. Yeah, I'm probably stuck in the snow now. So, my friends, thank you for viewing, cheering, chatting, lurking, and following. I'm going to. It's 12:30 here in Ottawa. I might have some toast and the fresh jam I made, and watch some of The Crown. And I'll be back on tomorrow. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay away from each other. Ta-ta for now.